This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Hey, what's up, subscribers? Welcome back to the channel. So which variety of Dunkin' at-home coffee is your fave? Original blend, French vanilla, or hazelnut? Drop a comment.
What are you?
This is what I do when I'm home alone.
Drink Dunkin' Original Blend or pretend you're an influencer?
Both. Want a cup? Hey, let's do a taste test for the audience.
Okay, how's this? The rich, smooth taste of Dunkin' at home is unmatched.
Nice. You're a natural.
The home with Dunkin' is where you want to be.
Did you know Tide has been upgraded to provide an even better clean in cold water? Tide is specifically designed to fight any stain you throw at it, even in cold. Butter? Yep. Chocolate ice cream? Sure thing. Barbecue sauce? Tide's got you covered. You don't need to use warm water. Additionally, Tide Pods let you confidently fight tough stains with new Coldzyme technology. Just remember, if it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Fringe
Beyond Limits.
Now that was sexy.
It was great. It was amazing.
So, thank you for coming back to another episode. Bree, Lynette, how have you guys been?
Been great. It's been a good few days. You know, got to be out in the sun. It was good.
Yeah. Did some gardening. It's good. How about you? What you been up to?
Right. I've done absolutely nothing. Yeah, the sun is great. I think we need more sun and more sunshine and just more outside.
Have you had any cicadas?
No, I haven't.
Have you, Bree?
I have not.
I don't either, but my aunt sent me a photo of cicadas and her house is covered in them. She's out in Lombard. So
Really?
They're coming. They're here.
I hate this cicada thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Or is it all the hype around it?
No, it's so annoying. I'm 100% sure my two dogs are just going to go ape shit every single time I open the goddamn door.
And Rizzle's just going to try to eat them.
I was just going to say, will they eat them?
Yeah, probably.
Then you don't have to feed them dinner. Protein.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's nutrients that they're missing if they just eat cicadas.
I don't know. Cicadas eat everything else.
Do they? I don't know.
I don't know.
What does their diet consist of?
I see everybody in my neighborhood with those tree covering things all over the place. So I guess they'll get fiber from the tree.
Yeah.
I don't know, but my mom's neighbor actually bought like a mesh muzzle for her dog or their dog just because it's not for biting or walking.
Right.
It's just to keep them from eating crap. So
Really?
to keep them from eating the cicadas.
Right. That's weird. Huh. Are you guys going to eat cicadas?
Nope.
I don't eat meat with feet.
Do they really have feet though?
Is
Yeah,
that
they have
considered
6 of them.
meat?
It's meat enough. It has feet.
I don't know if that's considered meat.
I remember, I'm not sure if it was the last time or the last 2 times because I'm old. People were like grilling them.
Yeah.
And dipping them in chocolate.
People who eat bugs creep me out. Like, would you eat those Mexican candies with like the spiders and the beetles and stuff in it?
You know,
You can get edible crickets.
Crickets,
online.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
get crickets like on the side of the street, and like you would buy from a hot dog stand.
There's a lot of countries that like that's like a delicacy. Like you know, there's like all those street vendors that are cooking up whatever, and they have beetles and
Mealworms.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do that. No, that reminds me of maggots, and I puke if I ever.
They also bite.
Mealworms bite?
Yeah.
Really?
I used to have a pet hedgehog and we would feed them mealworms, but I was not afraid of I didn't know that they bit.
Yeah, I used to work at a pet store, and we will always tell people make sure you make sure like the squeeze off the head or something, because you don't want them accidentally lizard eat it whole and it eating through the stomach if it's still alive.
Sick.
Yeah,
That's a thing.
yeah.
So you had a hedgehog that you fed mealworms to?
They love mealworms, yeah.
So how many mealworms do you think it would take to overcome a hedgehog?
Well, a hedgehog's the size of a grapefruit.
I would say like a gallon.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, well, how many are in a gallon?
I have no clue.
Well-
You think I count?
I mean, they're about, what, an inch long? And
We're not talking about me, right? I mean, but that's enough, right, guys? Like an inch?
Oh,
Like, that's enough, right?
for a good laugh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's probably why I'm a pretty good comedian, I guess. All right. Well, okay, so here's a question then. How many first graders do you think you guys can take on in a fight before they overcome you?
how big are these first graders?
I don't know. Kids these days are huge.
They're average size first graders. I mean,
There's no average size.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
No,
Yes.
no.
I mean,
There is
one
an
is
average.
exhausting, so.
Well, what I'm saying is, all right, you're in a ring, right? And every minute, one first grader comes running into the ring.
So like the Royal Rumble?
Yes.
Royal Rumble. I did it.
I don't think you did it yet.
That was a tongue twister for me.
That is hard to.
Royal Rumble? Guys, English is my second language.
I have struggles with my R sounds.
You have struggles with your native language?
Yes. No, R sounds.
English is hard.
I actually had speech for it.
Yeah. My wife, your sister, is a speech therapist, and
Yeah.
it looks like you should book some more appointments.
No.
No, you don't want to, or no, you don't need them?
No.
Which one? Because I have proof. I will go to the tape.
No.
Okay. I guess all she knows is no.
How many
Yes.
first graders for you?
You know, I would say I could probably take on like 3.
Wow, I thought you were going to say many more.
No, I could probably take on, I would say, like in that capacity, right? I'm in the ring, and you know, so one swing would knock out a first grader, right?
Jeez, Frank.
I mean, listen, this is not something I've practiced or I've done. I'm just saying that one swing could probably take out a first grader. So that it all goes to how many swings do I have in me before I have to start kicking? And then how many combined kicking and swinging do I have in me before I tire out and collapse? I would probably say 100.
You have weird thoughts, my friend.
Yeah, I would say like 25 of each limb. I got 25 good swings out of
25 with each limb.
yeah. Yeah. That's like that's if you do that math, right? So it's L to the 25th power, right? No.
What are you talking
I
about?
don't know.
I'm just trying to figure out like, an equation that would show my work.
Again,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Like my mathematical equation for how many first graders. It would be first equals L to the 25th power, where L is represented by 1.
We're not a math podcast, so
What, we're not?
no.
Oh, what do we talk about, guys?
Shit.
Okay, well, to a lot of people, math is shit. So, if it's... No?
No.
Okay. All right, so anyway, what are we talking about tonight, guys?
We got some time slips.
That's awesome. Before that, though, I do have an article.
Boom, boom, boom.
So, do you guys know the article that I've chosen for tonight?
Nope.
I have no idea.
It's from TMZ,
Oh, so it's a good one.
Ooh.
and let me read you the title. So it says Stormy Daniels' Trump's ghost shaming her ex-spooky partner vouches for her. What do you guys think this article's about?
Say that title again.
Stormy Daniels, Trump's ghost shaming her ex-spooky partner vouches for her.
Did the ghost just is a bully?
All right, so you guys are stupid. Let me jump into this. All right. Stormy Daniels is getting trashed by Donald Trump's attorneys for claiming under oath she sees dead people. But a veteran ghost hunter says they're barking up the wrong haunted tree because he's seen her skills firsthand.
Oh boy.
So I think a lot of people have seen her skills at least secondhand. I mean, I don't know. Would video be secondhand or firsthand knowledge? Secondhand?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the deal. One of the porn star's side hustles is as a paranormal investigator, which came up in court last week as Team Trump tried to use it to mock her and discredit her testimony. Now, I kind of take a little offense here. Just because you're a paranormal investigator doesn't discredit you in any way.
Right. They're trying to call it woo-woo.
Yes. When it's, okay, that's just silly. So I'll continue. David Childers has been in the paranormal field for nearly 30 years and had a much different take as he watched the trial play out. Because he's gone ghost hunting with Stormy on her show, Spooky Babes. And he tells TMZ.
That's the name of her show.
That's the name. I've never heard of it. I need to go watch it.
All right.
And she's the real deal, he says. Childers swears to Zuul, Z-U-U-L. Isn't that the guy from Ghostbusters?
I don't know.
All right. Childers swears to Zuul he's observed Stormy Daniels on several occasions know scarily specific details about dead people and spooky places with no prior information. And for him, that's documented proof of her abilities. And so there's in this article, there is a courtroom drawing of Stormy and it's so bad. I don't know who did that, but it's horrible. Anyway, Childers says spirits flock to Stormy because she is 100% good person. But interestingly, he adds they can't have her back. As TMZ previously reported, Stormy wore a bulletproof vest while testifying in the Trump case due to safety concerns.
What?
Dude, this is so crazy.
What?
So I have followed zero of this court case.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I just don't give two shits.
Yeah.
But you're wearing a bullet. I mean, that's just for show, right?
It is. Yeah. She's just trying to make a point or.
Right. And,
people talking about her or something.
Right. And I'm sorry. Listen, there's a lot of phenomenal people out in the world. No one is 100% good person. You know, I think this guy, I think he just wants to fuck her. I think that's all it is. So so we know what some of you are thinking. And Childers says ghosts simply can't protect the living despite the Hollywood heroics of folks like Patrick Swayze. As for ghost hunting being used to discredit her on the stand, Childers called it sad, but not surprising. Although he thinks it's terribly unfair, he recalls the same thing happened to him while going through a divorce, and it ain't cool to have ghost skills used against ya. Whether people believe it or not, Childers contends paranormal investigators are a science that deserves more respect from the living, especially from Team Trump regarding Stormy Daniels. So...
Well, I agree with the last statement.
Yeah, I do too. But I mean, I just think he wants to bang her. I mean, you know, how old is she? I have no idea. But you know, she is an attractive woman.
I was thinking her 40s.
No, I think older. I think she's
50?
closer to 60.
Oh, it says she's 45. She was born in
Is she
79.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at a current picture of her. There is no fucking way she looks the same age as me.
She looks, I mean,
You saying she looks
also
older?
thought she looked young.
Well,
Yeah.
she's lived a rough life. Been ridden hard.
Oh, God, that's amazing. You know, things that I think and other people say at the same time, I find so heartwarming.
It's because you're psychic. You planted that thought in my brain.
You know what?
That sort of stuff doesn't cross my brain.
I'm going to tell you something. If I had that kind of ability, that's not the kind of stuff I'd be planting in people's brains.
Yeah. You might get bored of that skill after a while, and you just have to put weird thoughts in people's heads.
Maybe. But
That would be a cool superpower.
that would be.
I think I might want to add that to my superpower wish list.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk to Dr. Xavier, Dr. X, right? From X-Men. Okay. So I'm the only nerd here. All right. I'm getting weird looks. So anyway, what do you guys think of that, of Stormy Daniels being a ghost hunter?
I mean, good for her doing something like that she is inspired by.
So I'm not sure if everyone's seen, but on our Facebook page, I did post that picture of her being a ghost hunter, and with the caption I had that we need to get her on the show. So what do you guys think is the likelihood of us getting Stormy Daniels on our little paranormal podcast?
20% chance.
Wow, that's high.
I know. I was gonna say,
I don't know. I just
high?
first number that came up to my head.
Because if that's the case, I'm going to start right now trying to get her.
Mm.
I mean, you never know, but like, that's the first number that came in my head, though.
All right. Would you guys want to have her on?
I am open to have anybody on. So,
What would be the first thing you would ask her?
has she ever gotten naked for a ghost before?
No, that's actually not a bad question. Lynette?
I'm blanking. You're staring into my soul and it's creeping me out. I'm trying to think.
Is that a way of you saying that my eyes are just as sexy as my voice?
Yes.
Wow. I'm going to have to...
See, he doesn't know how to take a compliment.
No, I
He
don't.
gets weird.
I'm going to have to timestamp that, and I think that's the first time you've ever complimented me.
Do you think she knows Jenny?
Real quick, Jenny is number one on my celebrity list.
Oh, well, then she can't be on the show.
No, she definitely will be on the show. I will sit here. I mean, it'd probably be the most quietest I'll ever be on the show. I'd be just in shock.
Fangirling?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
What if she knows Dave and she can get Dave on the show?
Who? Dave?
You're Dave.
You're Dave.
Oh, Dave Matthews?
Yeah.
Oh. Dave? If you're out
Maybe
there,
Dave's been on The Masked Singer.
Mr. Dave Matthews, I just want to say how much my wife and I love your music. And it's one of the reasons why we got married. And I would love to hold you for a good while.
With Jenny there.
God. I'm going to have to step out of the room for a moment.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so it'd be awesome if we can get Stormy Daniels on our little podcast. Would you want to do her here with us in my house? or would it just be more of a call-in show?
It'll probably be a call-in.
Yeah, all right. I'm trying. All right, so anyway, that's our article for today. So let's jump right into time slips. So tell me, ladies, what do you think a time slip is? Like, what would you define that as?
While you're checking the time, you slip and fall.
That's the worst dad joke I've heard. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Honestly, I didn't know what a time slip was until I read into it for this podcast. So that's why I made that joke.
Really? You didn't know what a time slip was at all?
Well, I never really
No, I'm not.
really thought
just,
about it. I never really heard the term until now.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm just surprised. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm not making fun of you.
That's the first.
Okay. Miss Lynette, I know you and I have talked about time slips before. What,
It's definitely something I want to experience, but my understanding is it happens potentially at random where someone is doing whatever mundane life activity and somehow automatically finds them somewhere in the same environment, but in a, as it sounds, time in the future or in the past, and things don't look the way they are. And then just as fast as it happens, they're back to where they started.
So, yeah. Why do you want to experience one?
It looks fun.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would love to be, I don't know, I find myself walking my dog around the block or going for a drive, and I was like, man, I really wish I could be in this place where there is nobody. Like before people settled in this area and started building houses and roads and stuff like that. I just want to see what this planet, where I live looked like before people were here.
But what
Sounds cool.
No, it doesn't.
Why?
That's terrifying.
Why?
Because what if you run out of gas?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
That sucks.
How do you get back?
what if I don't want to come back?
Well, you'd be answering a lot of prayers.
How do we know that doesn't happen to people who just vanish? People who go missing? What if they ran out of gas on the other side of the time slip?
I don't listen. I have no doubt this is why we're talking about this, but like, I don't understand why someone would want to do that though.
I find it exciting. I would love to come back and report my experience.
Yeah.
If I come back.
Yeah, right. That's the whole thing. That's a big fucking F.
Yeah, well.
I would be fucking. I would poop myself. And
Oh yeah, what if they don't have a change of pants where you slip to?
Well, then I'll guarantee people will stay away from me. So
What are you afraid of happening?
everything.
You're not a scared. I'm feared. I'm scared.
So I don't want to go somewhere where nobody knows my name.
Just make sure you're at the Cheers bar. You'll be fine.
I mean, I don't know. I think that's pretty terrifying. Just walking down the street and all of a sudden being in a different time. You know, I mean, like
I'm sure it's jarring, but
I mean,
pretty cool.
listen, okay, if I'm walking down the street and all of a sudden I'm catapulted back to biblical times, I'm going to be, number one, put to death for being like a witch.
Right.
You buy a pair of socks, that's 2 socks. You buy a pair of Bombas socks, that's 4 socks. Because one purchased is one donated. Socks are the #1 most requested clothing item in homeless shelters. So when you buy a pair of super comfortable Bombas socks, you're also donating a pair. Bombas customers have powered over 150 million donations. So Bombas would like to thank you 150 million times. But we only have like 30 seconds. Go to bombas.com and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO at checkout.
Hey, hate to do this. Could we reschedule
Our morning hike. I was just about to ask the same.
next week? Yes, it's Dunkin' Original Blend time.
Staying at home with Dunkin'? Don't mind if I do.
The home with Dunkin' is where you want to be.
Did you know Tide has been upgraded to provide an even better clean in cold water? Tide is specifically designed to fight any stain you throw at it, even in cold. Butter? Yep. Chocolate ice cream? Sure thing. Barbecue sauce? Tide's got you covered. You don't need to use warm water. Additionally, Tide Pods let you confidently fight tough stains with new Coldzyme technology. Just remember, if it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
Well, guess what? I'm not experiencing that time anymore.
Well, what if you just came back just as quick? I mean, you don't know, but
Like what? Like right before they lit the
fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they'll be like, whoa, he really was a witch. And you'll have proved him right, and then history would have been rewritten. All about you, so everyone would
Once
know
there's
your
a guy
name.
named Frank.
All right. So number one, as amazing as that time would be, no, I don't think that sounds like a good time for me.
Do you think you can choose? Do you think there's any control over it?
Like your own like mental time machine.
Right. Like, do I want, I don't know, if you're actually limited or bound to the place where you physically are when it happens and you're only in that spot, but just a different time? Or could time slip, all of a sudden you're walking down the street and you end up in another country or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question. I would tend to say that traveling through time isn't the same as traveling through space. So I would guess that if you do fall into a time slip, you would be in that same space, just in a different time.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah. Yeah. But maybe, I mean, maybe time and space are more interlocked than we think. And maybe traveling through, or you could look at it this way, maybe traveling through time, you're also traveling through space. So you would end up in a different point of the planet. You know, just depending
That would be wild.
Yeah. I mean, just depending where the planet's rotation and axis and whatever. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, you could end up in a different part of the world.
Then how would you get back?
Right. I mean, there's no planes. If I'm going back and you go back 100 years, there's no fucking planes.
Well,
I mean,
Do you think Amelia Earhart was a time slip?
No, I think she ran out of gas and crashed.
Well, that's a very
horrible,
unromantic story.
It is a very but I'm, there's certain things where I just, it just is what it is. There is no.
Well, what about that pilot? Wasn't he flying through the Bermuda Triangle area in, maybe that's more time travel. I don't know if it's time travel or time slip. It's very confusing for me. Do you know what I'm talking about? There was a guy who was flying, I think, from Cuba to Florida or something like that. And he made it there in a quarter of the time.
Yeah, in like 3 minutes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So would you call that a time slip? Is that a portal? Was that time travel? I don't.
It could be all of the above. I mean, time slip.
Whatever you make it.
No, it's not whatever you make it.
I just wanted to say something.
Okay, well, say something smart.
Jeez. So rude.
Duh. But no, I mean, time slips and time travel, they can all be interlocked. I mean, if you think about it, a time slip could be it's the word I'm looking for.
Like a compression or extension?
Yeah.
Expansion of time?
Yeah. It could be a time hiccup, a time fart, time burp.
Time fart. Okay.
Yeah. It's flatulence of time.
I think we're just coining new phrases on this show right and left.
Listen, I'm going to trademark them
We
all.
had butt diamonds last time.
Yeah. We got butt diamond. We got flatulence of time.
It's a lot of butt stuff going on.
Lots of butt stuff.
And surprisingly, I am not a fan of butt stuff, as people may think. I am not.
What people might think.
All the ones of
everybody,
our listeners.
the shirt that says "I like butt stuff" that you wear all the time.
Yeah. The ones of our listeners, all ones of them, think this, and I blame both of you for that. So, how many ones of listeners do we have? Everyone, sound off real quick. But there's a lot of stories of deja vu, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if deja vu was just like a brief flash of a time slip? Like, what if all that is just like a memory of us having a time slip that was so small that we didn't really think about it until we experienced it again? Bree, you can say something now.
I can't think of anything right now.
All right, just sit there and try to look pretty.
I will.
All right, thanks.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to kick you, Bree. No, I think deja vu, I think the whole concept of time in general gets confusing for me because I'm wondering if it is different words trying to express the same thing. Deja vu being one of them, because been there. How did I see this? Where did I see this? But you only have like a flash. So maybe that's exactly what a time slip is. It happens that fast.
It's just a flash in time, like a flash in a pan.
It's just a moment.
That's interesting. I mean, yeah. So what do you think causes time slips?
It could be, if we're thinking from a dimensional perspective, it could be a convergence of dimensions in proximity with each other. So if everything's running in parallel, what if time sped up or slowed down in one area where these dimensions converge, allowing you to slip into the other one and or come back? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
I don't know. What do you think?
I'm not thinking of anything. Honestly, no. Yeah, I think we mentioned it before. The most current running theory is that all time that's ever happened, is happening, will happen, is going on at the same time. So if we kind of look at it as though slices, and just maybe it's just when those two different times, sliced pieces of time, kind of overlap, they're touching. So you kind of experience one over the other in that brief moment. And then as they break apart or move away from each other, I mean, kind of like what you're saying, speeding up and slowing down, I kind of look at it as though like a wave, right? Like a wave on water. So like when waves converge, and you create one big rogue wave, and that decimates ships.
I was actually, before you even started talking about ocean and water or whatever, I had images of water in my head too. So I think you are planting seeds in my brain. Just saying. Like I was picturing like raindrops or something. Raindrops could join together and they pick up more as they're, running down your window or something like that.
So yeah, I'm going to keep planting stuff in your head. Just whatever I do plant, just take action on those, would you please? I appreciate it.
He does that by when he stares at your soul. That's what's happening. He's planting stuff in your head. Creep.
Get out of my brain.
So, all right. So this is going to take us somewhere different. So I do believe that the eyes are the windows to the soul. And I do know that some people, when they stare at you, you're like, holy shit. They're like looking through me into the back of my brain. Is that the way you guys feel when I stare at you?
Yeah.
Really? Because I've never gotten that before. No one's ever mentioned that before. And that just popped in my head because Lynette's mentioned it twice now.
Like there's
I
times
put
when
that
people
thought in your head.
Yeah. There's times when people stare and I'm like, okay, but there's sometimes when like you witness it. Like when you start staring at me, I start getting nervous and I'm like, stop staring at me.
Do you like that?
You're doing it right now and I don't like it. It freaks me out.
I'm going to have to put a two-way mirror here so you
Pretty
can't see
much,
his
yeah.
face.
It's like some people do the same thing he's doing, but I don't get the same intense. And it's like, some people, it's the same way. And it's just like, I get so nervous and freak out.
Freaking lasers coming out your eyeballs.
See, I've not, I mean, at least people, maybe they feel more comfortable when I do it. I don't know. But like, no one's ever said that. So now I'm just curious if I have that effect. And if so, I just want to stare more intently into people's eyes now and just get
Maybe
real.
he's
Now
a
that's just
secret-
getting creepy.
Maybe he's a secret man in black and he's wiping your thoughts.
That
And
makes
that's
a lot
why
of
you
sense.
try to talk and he just wipes your brain.
I should have wiped. Anyway, skid mark Frank.
SMF.
SMF, baby. So, all right. So there is a couple stories that we did pull for this time slip. So the first one is a pretty well-known one. I mentioned it to both of you and you guys never heard of it. So I kind of want to lead with that real quick. So it's July 1954, a hot day. A man arrives at Tokyo Airport in Japan. He's of Caucasian appearance and conventional looking, but the officials are suspicious on checking his passport. They see that he hails from a country called Torrid. The passport looked genuine, except for the fact that there is no such country as Torrid, well, at least in our dimension. The man is interrogated and asked to point out where his country supposedly exists on the map. He immediately points his finger towards the Principality of Andorra, but becomes angry and confused. He's never heard of Andorra and can't understand why his homeland of Torrid isn't there. According to him, it should have been, for it had existed for more than 1,000 years. Customs officials found him in possession of money from several different European currencies. His passport had been stamped by many airports around the globe, including previous visits to Tokyo. Baffled, they took him to a local hotel and placed him in a room with 2 guards outside until they could get to the bottom of the mystery. The company he claimed to work for had no knowledge of him, although he had copious amounts of documentation to prove his point. The hotel he claimed to have had a reservation for had never heard of him either. The company officials in Tokyo he was there to do business with, yep, you guessed it, they just shook their heads no. Later, when the hotel room he was held in was opened, the man had disappeared. The police established that he could not have escaped out the window. The room was several floors up and there was no balcony, and he was never seen again. So you guys, that's your first time hearing that story, and supposedly this happened, I think, is either the 50s or the 60s, so it's not like it's something new. It's a story, right?
It says 1954.
54. Okay, yeah. So I mean, it's 70 years old.
Yeah.
So, there wasn't too much bullshit going on back then, especially with stuff like this, like, I mean, sci-fi stories were, I think, were just getting popular at that time. So, I don't think this was something that was just made up for fun. What are you guys thoughts on that story?
Well, I think this one's interesting because most of the stories I've heard are someone leaving and coming back, where this one is someone came and went.
Right.
So that in and of itself is unique.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a very pretty well covered story.
Yeah, I've never heard it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. The only thing that makes me think that this is potentially fake is that there's no name. You know, so
They would.
That's interesting. Yeah.
yeah, because I would think that if the airport officials would have taken this person into custody and put him up in a hotel with guards,
They would have photocopied his ID and all of that.
Right, exactly. You know, there would have been additional documentation showing that this, Bobby
Boucher.
Bobby Cletus Boucher
Mm-hmm.
is from Torrid, and there'd be a whole report filled out, and there's nothing.
Yeah.
And I get it. This is way before computer age, right?
Or maybe government's just keeping it under wraps and squashing it. Maybe they know about this.
That could be too. Like you don't know.
I mean, is it possible? Yeah. Based on our show, anything is possible, right? But again, if this entire story with all these details came out, I would have assumed something else physical would have leaked out as well. Okay, why are you laughing?
I'm just laughing because you said physically leak out.
Am I sitting in a puddle? I don't understand.
I need sleep.
No, therapy. Lots of therapy.
Okay.
That's the only thing that I have against the story is that, it's weird because like there's some stories that are so wild that they have like an overabundance of details and we're like, oh, well, that's just too much detail. You know what I mean? Like we're never happy. Just like a picture of a UFO. Why are they always fuzzy? And then you get a really good clear one. Oh, that's just that's just Photoshopped. That's too clear. Like we're never happy with any evidence, right? But there's just so much lacking. Like I would love to have seen, a copy of the report that was written up, the person's first name. I don't even give me a last name. That's fine. But a first name. What was it? Maybe it was Andorra. Maybe.
So if it had a first and a last name, is that enough proof for you?
No, I'd want a body. I'd physically want this person in front of me telling me he's from Torrid.
What if he was?
Hey, if you're from Torrid, please send us an email, frank@fringebeyondlimits.com. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't even remember.
So, that's a fun story, So I was also kind of looking, and there's some theories about time slips as well. So there's a quantum mechanics theory that proposes that time slips could be evidence of parallel universes or alternate dimensions intersecting with our own, which is what we kind of said in our own crude way. Neurological abnormalities speculate that time slips may be caused by temporary glitches or malfunctions in the brain, particularly within the areas that process time perception, which would also kind of make sense since it's a whole experience, and if it's a hallucination or a dream-like daydreaming kind of thing, our brain can't decipher between reality and dreams, which is why our dreams are so real. And, so, I mean, that is also kind of interesting that it may just be a neurological imbalance in that moment because of all the different chemical reactions that go on in our brain. If one little thing is off because of, maybe we bumped our head or we just ate too much seaweed that day, listen, you're the vegetarian. Don't look at me.
Seaweed's good for you.
Yeah, I know. And guess what else is good for me?
Meat.
Cows.
So if moving on, no pun intended there.
Yeah.
So would you call it a time slip for those days that drag on, like time doesn't seem to move, or those days that fly by?
Yeah.
Because is that a personal perception of time, or is it collective?
I think it can be both. And just because I agree, I think when a day drags on, like at work specifically, right? Or time flies by, like when you're just hanging out with your friends at a bar or whatever, I drink. So that's where I usually hang out.
You just black out on time.
Yes. Yeah. So like, we'll take the example of at work, like it's funny. I'll go up to like a couple of coworkers, I'm like, "Oh, today's such a long fucking day," and they're like, "It is, isn't it?"
Yeah.
So I think it's both. I think it's both. It can be collective and it can be individual, and you just have to like ask people if they're experiencing the same thing as you, because there are times where I'm like, holy shit, today is flown by, and someone's like, no, it hasn't, it's dragged, I mean, so I have examples of both,
right.
So it just depends, I guess. I guess it just depends where our individuals' minds are in that day. So, sometimes we're synced up and it looks fast or slow, and if we're on different wavelengths that day, then it is an individual perception. And then there's also psychological factors. Those factors suggest that time slips might be a result of intense psychological experiences leading to altered states of consciousness, which is kind of similar to the one before that, the neurological abnormalities, just in a different way, I think.
So do you think, and I know you have other stories here too, but do you think that time slips, at least based on some of the examples that I've heard, everyone's going about their day, but one person slips through? Like, why do you think that is? Did they walk through something? Are they on a different wavelength that they were able to do that? Like,
yeah, possibly. I mean,
you have people walking down the street, and then does anybody notice that so-and-so disappeared? Like, weird, right?
It is weird.
Do they disappear?
I mean, no, I wonder if it's just...
If everyone has that pause of time.
But, what if everyone crosses that time slip over with you, and it's only the handful of people that say something that these stories come from? So, like, for example, like, take a square block, right? And for whatever reason, that square block travels into a time slip. So everyone that was there experiences the same thing, but only a handful really realize that that's happening. Maybe we're just so caught up in our own lives,
Yeah.
Maybe it is a select few. I mean, I find it weird that every night I go to sleep, I voluntarily do this, right? I close my eyes and say, you know what? I'll be safe for the next set hours, and I'm just going to close my eyes and shut my body down, which is weird in itself.
When you phrase it like that, yeah.
Right. So I think it's weird that I go to sleep every night and I wake up the same person.
I always wonder that too.
So I always wonder that what if our consciousness just every time we go to sleep just hops around, but when we wake up, whatever body we're in, we only know that.
Like, you assume all of those memories.
Thank you for calling the Bombas Comfort Line. Bombas make socks, slippers, tees, and underwear made with the highest quality materials. Press 1 for comfort, 2 for style, 3 for donation.
You chose style. Bombas is styles for whatever you enjoy. You can run in Bombas, lounge in Bombas, dress them up, dress them down, but always give back in Bombas. Because with every item purchased, another is donated. Bombas, comfort worth calling for. Go to bombas.com/audio and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO.
Hey, hate to do this. Could we reschedule
Our morning hike. I was just about to ask the same.
next week? Yes, it's Dunkin' Original Blend time.
Staying at home with Dunkin'? Don't mind if I do.
The home with Dunkin' is where you want to be.
Did you know Tide has been upgraded to provide an even better clean in cold water? Tide is specifically designed to fight any stain you throw at it, even in cold. Butter? Yep. Chocolate ice cream? Sure thing. Barbecue sauce? Tide's got you covered. You don't need to use warm water. Additionally, Tide Pods let you confidently fight tough stains with new Coldzyme technology. Just remember, if it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
Right, all those memories, and you only know of those memories.
Right.
So I may have been, somebody else yesterday, but since I jump into this body, all I have is the memory of this life, this person's life.
That's wild. Like, when you sit and try and wrap your brain around that.
Oh,
that's
it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, like, who knows?
Sounds fun, though.
Yeah, you would say that. I hope. I can't wait for you to go fall into a time slip and never come back, because this is just.
You'll miss me.
Say it.
Well, this body will. I mean, my
This body.
Yeah.
But the next soul hopper will be like, So do you think we go through, like you said, so if it's, take your analogy of that square block, okay?
Right.
Or, even just you as a person, as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that we're always hopping, always going through slips? And let's just say you have your road facing forward.
Right.
And we perceive that we're moving forward in a linear fashion, but what if you're moving more horizontally or diagonally the whole time? You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, I do. So this is the way that I see it. Like, I understand your point, and I don't think that would be the case because I think there'd be more stories of these time slips than there are. So I'll use your analogy of driving down the road, straight road. And instead of driving on a slight, 3-degree angle, right? Is that what
essentially, yeah.
Okay. Instead of that, I would see it as every once in a while you come to a roundabout. So you want to continue going straight, but you got to do the little round. I hate fucking roundabouts.
They're putting them in around,
right
around here. Yeah.
Everywhere.
They used to never be here in the last 5 years. It's
that'd be cool in European.
Listen, just come to a fucking stop, wait for the other guy, and then just go. I mean, how hard is this? But no, we have to sit there and judge. Is that guy going to go straight? I don't know. And then you got the people in front of you that don't know how to use a
and then it causes
roundabout.
traffic that is supposed to help relieve traffic and doesn't help relieve traffic.
No, what it's going to do is it's going to make you want to start shooting people.
I don't think you could say that.
Allegedly. So.
With a water pistol.
As long as you just say allegedly, you're fine. So you're traveling down and you come to this little roundabout. That would be like your little time slip.
You veered out of that lane.
Right. I don't know. I mean,
that's a good analogy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's when you were giving yours, that's what popped into my head. So yeah, but yeah, so I would love to find the science behind it. I would like to find something to measure it, but I'm too dumb. So
let's take up some courses in just the light reading of quantum mechanics.
Yeah. No, right. I can't even.
A little pamphlet.
I don't think I can spell half the word quantum. To me, it sounds like kumquat.
Kumquat. Not even close.
No, not even close. All right. All right. So here's another quantum mechanics theory: is that time is a series of probabilities and not a constant progression, kind of like what we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Another theory is wormholes, tunnels in space-time that could allow for time travel. And then another theory is parallel universes. Multiple realities exist simultaneously, allowing for crossover experiences. So these are, possible explanation to these time slips, which, so I have a theory on wormholes and death. So, how not everyone, but the vast majority of near-death experiences, they always have that white light in the tunnel. I think that tunnel is a wormhole that takes our consciousness to our home base, lack of a better word. People can call it heaven. We'll just call it home base because we're children. So I do think that, that's one of the things that happens to us when we pass. It's like we go through there.
I totally thought you were going to say the other theory.
Which one?
That the light at the end of the tunnel is just the opening of another vagina.
Of another vagina. Just so what's amazing is that would mean that that all life is just a series of vaginal openings you're coming through.
There's your time slip.
This is an image I can't get out of my head now.
I mean, I know. You're welcome. So,
this may be our last episode.
Yeah, it might be.
Episode, you got to live life like it's your last episode.
Yeah, that's our T-shirt.
I like
that's
that.
That's our T-shirt. Yes. Write that down.
Okay.
All right, that's awesome. So there are some aftermath effects of having these time slips. The most common one is disorientation. Occasionally you have altered perceptions of time, and then rarely physical evidence from the past. Do you think that's possible? If I go through a time slip, can I bring something physical back with me?
I wouldn't think so.
No, why not?
Because my belief or my thought on that is that artifact, that item only exists in that dimension, that vibration. And bringing it across to another one, it doesn't exist. Like assuming it's something that doesn't already exist in the existing universe that you're in. So some widget, some animal that doesn't exist in this reality, it wouldn't survive if you brought it over from another one.
So are you saying that the movie Back to the Future 2 couldn't have happened because Biff couldn't have brought the sports almanac back in time to his younger self?
Well, the sports almanac existed, but not the year print version, right?
No, it didn't exist.
It wasn't even a printed document in those days?
Right.
Oh, well then, yeah.
And
the whole movie's a lie.
Right. And then also with that, once he brings it back, it splits time into a new timeline. So do you think that's possible? Could we travel back in time and create new timelines? And if so, how would we get back to our original timeline? Or would we even want to?
I think we're always creating new timelines. And where I'm going with that is, okay, you have a decision to make between A or B. You make A, but you've given thought and energy towards option B. That option B goes off and creates its own reality and moves forward. So it's a series of making A and B choices.
So there's...
See you way out.
You're going to have to be much funnier.
At least I got someone to laugh.
Yeah.
That's a corny joke.
Yeah, I know. But that doesn't mean anything.
I'm a sucker for corny jokes.
Like, I'm pretty sure I can look at Lynette right now and just say fart noises. Oh, no, she didn't laugh to that. Right? But God forbid, see you out. That makes you laugh.
It does.
God. All right. You guys make me happy I have a penis.
Do you?
I mean, it's size-wise, it may not.
In this reality.
The size of it may not warrant itself to be called a penis. It'd probably be called a wee-wee.
Okay.
Yeah. So like different words, would tell you like the different sizes I would have. So like for mine, I wouldn't even call mine a penis. It would be just a wee-wee.
A wee-wee.
Yeah. The next one up would be wiener.
Okay. Yeah.
Then penis, then dick. And then I think if you're well endowed, it'd just be a cock.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So Bree's laughing, not because of the words I'm saying, but we had a conversation. And I think Lynette and I think I've had this conversation with you as well as to what do you think it sounds like when people who don't swear talk dirty to each other? So like, it would be like, I'm going to give you my wee-wee later.
That's why I started laughing.
I just think of that Orbit commercial. You lint liquor.
You lint licking. You're going to get a wienering of a lifetime tonight.
A wienering of a lifetime.
Like you don't even like pull hair. You kind of just put your hand on the back of her head. You just grab it. You're just like, oh. Feel this wiener,
Oh my goodness.
I know it's so aggressive, but it's not. It's so weird. Anyway, that's a great conversation for later, I think. So here's a little Q&A that I kind of pulled up as well. As what is a time slip? Time slip is a phenomenon where a person experiences a temporary displacement in time, often feeling as though they had moved to a different era of time period. So I think we kind of touched that, right? Let's see. So what are the common experiences associated with time slips? People may report seeing historical figures or events, encountering buildings, surroundings that appear to be from a different time period, or feeling as though they have temporarily stepped into the past or future. So let me ask you guys this. I'm going to start with Bree because she's been the most quiet so far. If you had a time slip, would you want to go into the past or into the future?
I would like to probably go in the future.
Okay.
Because I'm one of those curious people. I like to know what happens, not how it happened.
Okay. So what do you think happens in the future? Like, give me a top 5 list of life-changing things that will happen 200 years from now. Like what 5 things would be extremely different?
Well, one, the obvious, like how technology tends to change every year.
Be more specific, please.
I don't know how to be more specific on that. Just technology in general, like the way we use computers, cars, stuff like that. It's everything technology related.
Okay, so will cars be self-driving?
I would assume so. I mean, we already have a self-driving car in a way, anyway,
Right.
now.
So
but it'll be more advanced.
Will computers be integrated within our bodies?
I would say I would have to do with like kind of connecting with the mind in some way, like they're able to do that. So like instead of you having like to type something or whatever, it's like you just think of it and it goes straight onto the computer.
Okay, what else?
That's it. I can't think of anything else. I just think it'd be interesting just to see in the future how everything has changed.
Right, and I'm just trying to get you to use your imagination to give me a little insight what you think.
Imagination?
Like the big imagination you use with Brian?
Keyword there is big.
Let's see, what else? Oh, I don't know.
What would it look like for people going to work? Like, what would work be? Would we have the same kind of jobs as we do now?
I feel like that part probably won't change as much.
No?
No. I think it'll be more ways of being able to do your job from anywhere rather than the people that have to go in the office all the time. There's going to be ways of like, for example, like people that are at the front desk or something, instead of them they can actually be at home and it's like a hologram of them at the front desk greeting people instead of.
What would entertainment be like? Like, would movies would have evolved to what?
I think there'd be like 3D holograms instead of being on flat screens.
Would a movie also have the ability of putting you into it so you can kind of
smell-o-vision. You can actually smell
about
things.
that forever. They should have that in
Yes.
200 years. They better.
Like if like let's say there's just something going on, you can smell it, and like if there's like a explosion, you can feel the air and feel the heat and smell the smoke coming from.
I mean, think how good advertising would be.
Yeah, you can smell my ass every time I fart.
I would never watch anything that has to do with farting. So unfortunately, or I'll just bring nose plugs so I don't have to smell that part of the show movie.
So do you think after going to the future and you saw something, would you try and change something in the present to either stop or start something?
If I saw something, I'd probably like go back to the present, just kind of do more research and like see how it's even possible at the present day and time. I don't know if there's anything I would try to change because I'm one of those paranoid people that if you try to change something,
but
think
it's the
that
future. It's different than going back and changing the past to change the
I'm
present.
one of those things that if I see something original, I kind of don't want to change it.
Yeah.
Even though I may not like it. It's like, that's how it's supposed to be in my head. But even though I know it's possible you can change things, but I'm always like, oh, that's how I was taught or that's how I was shown. And I'm like, I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you? Would you go forward or back?
I am fascinated. I love history. I'm fascinated with the past. And I think that history is written by the victors. So I would love to go and experience firsthand events from our past. If I had like a time machine, I would go back to like Jesus times. Like I would really want to see, is he real? You know, I mean, because there really isn't any outside the Bible, which I don't use as too much of a historical guideline or a historical book. There's little to none historical evidence of Jesus, but I also get that because if he was supposedly just this one normal person to everyone else in the world, there would be really no reason to be right for normal people, normal scholars to write about him. So I get that. I get the pros and cons to that. But I would really like to go back there to see that. I would love to go see what it was like during the, I'm trying to blank, the Templar Knights, the Crusades.
Yep.
I would love to go back and see a dinosaur.
Heck yeah.
You know, again, in the safety of a little like space that I know I won't get crucified along with Jesus. I don't want to be Barabbas hanging next to him. I don't want to be eaten by a T-Rex. I would have to have my own safe space. And I'm totally
so you need a time slip safety bubble.
Bubble, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah, so that's, yeah, I would like that. What about you, Lynette?
I would like to go back as well. I think I mentioned earlier, I just want to see what places look like without people.
Yeah, I guess we did cover that.
I don't like people.
No, you don't. Which is, I wonder why you're doing this with us now.
Yeah,
I don't like
go
you. Back with dinosaurs.
That's true. So, all right. So another question here is, are time slips considered scientifically proven phenomenon? Time slips are not scientifically proven and are often considered to be more of a subjective experience or hallucination than a real phenomenon. I mean, that makes sense. I can't say, yay or nay on that. I think we touched on the scientific process that they always want that smoking gun for it to be repeatable and doable and under controlled situations, which I understand why. I'm not going to say that that's wrong. It's just so hard, because I mean, you go back 100 years and the atom was the smallest thing we had until we had the technology to cut that open, and all this shit just came out. Well, I'm
sure it's going to go smaller still.
Right. I mean, well, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Lucky for you, they'll have more things to measure.
I know.
Smaller and smaller things.
Yeah. Like right now, I'm up to the size of length, 10 atoms.
10 atoms. Wow.
Yeah. So, ladies, don't all come running at once.
They aren't. They're running away.
And that's ATOM, not ADAM.
Yeah, ATOM. Yeah, no,
okay.
I don't know any atoms. Can time slips be explained by paranormal or supernatural theories? While some people may attribute time slips to paranormal or supernatural causes, there's no conclusive evidence to support these theories.
They're going to say that because there's never going to be enough proof.
There's never, right. If there's not enough proof for any one paranormal or supernatural theory, then of course. So I'm surprised that they didn't lump that into that. What are some famous, well-documented cases of time slips? We went over the man from Torrid, and there's a couple more. It was so hard trying to find them because they're behind so many paywalls.
Yeah.
Which drove me crazy researching this. And it's like, I just want the story. Like, you don't own the story, unless it was made up, which is very possible.
Maybe.
Yeah. And then, are there any ways to intentionally induce a time slip experience? There are no proven methods for intentionally inducing a time slip.
Pretty sure hallucinogenics.
But if you do enough mushrooms, you will think that you are time itself.
Yeah.
So.
Time's got a sound and a smell.
Yeah, and I've never done hallucinogenics, but I am willing to watch other people do it.
Glorified babysitter.
Yeah.
You're hired.
Am I?
Yeah.
All right. I never thought I'd be good at babysitting. So there is one last story here that I do want to just go over. So in 1901, two English women, Anne Moberly and Eleanor Jordan, took a vacation to France. While they were there, they visited the Palace of Versailles. And while they were at Versailles, they visited what's known as Petit Trianon, a little chateau on the palace grounds that Louis XVI gave to Marie Antoinette as a private space for her to hang out and do whatever it is that a teenage queen did when she was relaxing back then. What do you think she would do back then, guys?
Probably read poetry and sonnets.
That's very French of you.
Mm-hmm.
Bree, what do you think a teenage queen would do back in the day when she had this chateau all to herself?
Run around naked.
Probably. French were frisky.
French were frisky?
Frisky Frenchers.
Frisky Frenchers. I was going to say she played with the Ouija board. I don't know why. But
maybe she called a seer in.
See her what?
A seer.
Never heard of her.
Carry on.
Okay. I thought you liked corny jokes. Jeez. But while they were there, they claimed they saw some odd occurrences. They said they spotted people wearing anachronistic clothing.
Almost sounds like you said Abercrombie.
That too. Heard mysterious voices and saw buildings and other structures that were no longer present, and indeed hadn't existed since the late 1700s. Finally, they said they caught sight of Marie Antoinette drawing in a sketchbook. They claimed to have fallen into a time slip and been briefly transported back more than 100 years before being jolted back to the present by a tour guide. What do you think that kind of felt like? Like you see Marie Antoinette sketching, then all of a sudden, Pepe Le Pew, your tour guide from France, is snapping you back. And you think they were just having like a mutual vision? Or do you think they kind of time slipped and saw this?
Good question. Probably mutual, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, your question kind of makes me wonder when we go on paranormal things and you pick up on a sense of what life used to be like in this building, or is that maybe something that they experienced? Is some of our paranormal stuff maybe more time slip than we think?
Maybe.
When I've been in some old houses, you're like, I can totally vision this family having Christmas here, or this is how they would decorate, and the table would be here, and then maybe that crosses over into the clairs, but like the clairvoyance, clairsentience,
right?
But
I mean, it's possible.
But it just made me wonder if
is our consciousness just kind of seeing into the past, right? Is it seeing through the different slices of time into that specific
right? And
point?
I think the difference would be is if Marie Antoinette looked up and saw them.
That would be interesting,
right?
Right.
And then you would tell her, "Don't make the brioche comment, and you're going to lose your head."
Run away.
Heads up. Yeah.
Run away.
Stop being a greedy bee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, would you really want her not to make the brioche comment?
I mean,
I kind of like it.
Well, brioche is delicious.
I know, it's so good. It's so good. So did they really travel back in time? Probably not. Various explanations include everything from a foi à deux, basically a joint delusion, to a simple misinterpretation of what they actually saw. But for what it's worth, in 1911, roughly 10 years after what they said they had experienced occurred, the two women published a book about the whole thing under the names Elizabeth Morrison and Frances Lamont, simply called An Adventure. These days it is available as The Ghost of Trianon. Check it out.
I will.
All right,
I like all things Marie Antoinette.
Do you really?
I do.
I've never heard you once say anything about Marie
Antoinette. You got to keep
Antoinette.
some of your nerd stuff under your hat.
No, because I'm an idiot, so you should feel more than comfortable expressing and divulging any of that information.
I don't want to put listeners asleep about French Revolution history. Freaky French.
Freaky
French.
Freaky French. So, all right, well, if any of you out there have had any time slips, please, we'd love to know about them. Send us an email at frank@fringebeyondlimits.com or Brianna or Lynette, also at fringebeyondlimits.com. Any last takes on this, guys? Bree, what do you think? Time slips, real, fake, delusions?
I kind of want to go in the delusion category with this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to have proof that it's real, and it's hard to have proof that it's fake. Like, it's one of those, I don't know, but it could just be something in your head that it's like a delusion.
Okay. Why not?
I am so hopeful that they're real, and I can't wait to experience one and come back and tell you about it.
I think that
So it could be delusional for you, if that makes you happy.
Yeah, I can't wait for Lynette to have her delusional experience and never come back.
Hey, whatever. I'll go eat brioche with
Marie.
Yeah.
Marie Antoinette.
All right. So social guys, what are our socials? You guys remember? No one remembers.
Oh,
okay. So we're on Facebook.
I was gonna say we're on Instagram.
We're on Instagram. YouTube coming soon.
Mm-hmm. We have a website.
fringebeyondlimits.com. You can see a picture of us and our phenomenal bios. So yeah, you guys enjoy. Thank you again for listening. My name is Frank.
My name is Bree.
And this is Lynette.
And we are Fringe Beyond Limits.
Hey, what's up, subscribers? Welcome back to the channel. So which variety of Dunkin' at-home coffee is your fave? Original blend, French vanilla, or hazelnut? Drop a comment.
What are you?
This is what I do when I'm home alone.
Drink Dunkin' Original Blend or pretend you're an influencer?
Both. Want a cup? Hey, let's do a taste test for the audience.
Okay, how's this? The rich, smooth taste of Dunkin' at home is unmatched.
Nice. You're a natural.
The home with Dunkin' is where you want to be.
Bustin' with the Boys is here to let you know that every college football Saturday, FanDuel is dropping profit boosts that can turn wins into bigger wins.
Sounds like we should rename Saturday Booster Day.
Nice.
21 plus and present in select states. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Did you know Tide has been upgraded to provide an even better clean in cold water? Tide is specifically designed to fight any stain you throw at it, even in cold. Butter? Yep. Chocolate ice cream? Sure thing. Barbecue sauce? Tide's got you covered. You don't need to use warm water. Additionally, Tide Pods let you confidently fight tough stains with new Coldzyme technology. Just remember, if it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.